Tomorrow.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Marty for here once again. What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Marty for here once again, and I'm here to review episode 2 of American Horror Story Freak Show. Let me tell you something. This was an amazing episode. It really was. However, the end pissed me off. For real. And it's not even like the show did anything bad. There was nothing wrong with the show being bad that pissed me off. It pissed me off because of the issue that the show brought to the light. It brought back an issue that always pisses me off whenever I see it, because we'll get there. But anyway, this is still an amazing show, and I can't wait every week. It is like an hour and a half long, and I'm just in here and my jaw fell to the floor this episode because, oh my God. Okay. We'll get started. So the police are coming around still looking for shit pertaining to that fat motherfucking officer that came by and all that shit. I guess he's missing and they want to know where the fuck he at. And they just automatically assume that, you know, the freaks are to blame for everything that's going on. Which I know it's old. I know it's the 50s. I know technology, you know, when it comes to investigation isn't what it is. But it just seems to me that, okay, I know that they suspected the twins for the murder because I guess, you know, they found their mother dead and they had like fresh wounds 2 days after they were admitted to the hospital and whatnot. Okay, that's fine, but it's still like the times when all the other murders and stuff was happening, weren't they still in the hospital? It seemed like it seemed like there was no way to tie them into each other if they're supposed to try to incriminate them. It's like, if they were in the hospital, how could they have been committing these murders? It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but, you know, they're just saying they're guilty just because they want to say that they're guilty, because they don't like their ass. Prejudice. So then we move to this toy store scene. Okay, this guy, this little boy, I guess he's like a worker or something. He was looking for, I guess, his boss or whatnot. And he's walking around the store and then he sees a little toy robot. And behind the toy robot is a trail of blood. Now, see, right then and there, once again, this is the difference between white and black people. Because he followed the trail, and somehow, I don't give a fuck if it's a toy store, he walked right past this big ass, bloody ass clown with this big ass grin. One of these does not look like the other bitch, and he's just oblivious, just walking to this trail of blood, not paying no attention. I'm just like, first of all, if I see a trail of blood behind a little robot, Jamar's getting the fuck out of Dodge, okay? I'll ask questions later. I'll think about maybe what I saw later, but I ain't sticking around to find out the real shit. I'll just assume some fucked up shit went down and leave it at that. Alright? So anyway, this dude is just walking right past the goddamn clown, like an idiot, and then follows the trail of blood, looks up, and sees, I guess, whoever it was that he was looking for, head on the damn counter, and then backs it on up, and then the clown stabs him through his esophagus. I was like, he just jabbed the scissors right. My. I wonder, is that a painless death? Is that pain? Is it immediate? I don't know. It's fucked up. Anywho, Jimmy is the guy, and you know what? I'm trying to figure out that tall lady with the heels on. Does she be having that dress? Is she supposed to be like a transgender or something? Like, I'm trying to figure out what it is that makes her an oddity. Is it because she's tall? Is it because she's manly looking? I'm trying to figure out what what it is. If she's just supposed to be a manly looking woman, I feel like that's like low key shade to this transgender community. I just, I'm trying to figure it out. I haven't quite, caught on to that. But anyway, they out there trying to bury and burn the cop's actual body, and then the girl that I was just talking about, she found his badge, and she was like, I don't think this is gonna burn. It might melt a little bit, and she gives him the badge, and he keeps it. And I'm just like, I don't think that's a good idea. I was thinking he was gonna keep it to maybe throw it somewhere else that's more, safe, since he can't burn it. But Lord have mercy. Well. Anyway, so we go to the scene with the little rich lady, the rich redhead lady, and her spoiled brat-ass son. And I don't understand this motherfucker here. I swear I don't. This dude is sitting up here drinking liquor from a bottle. Who does that? You dude literally had like the little pacifier type part that you put in the baby's bottle for them to drink, and he had it over a little glass bottle of liquor or whiskey, whatever that was. So I'm just like, anyway, we see Patti motherfucking LaBelle as playing as the maid. And now I was sitting here as they was at this table. She's on one of the tables, she's on the other end, preparing for, I guess dinner or whatever. And I was just like, I was like, please, I know this is the 50s. I know, I'm understanding what time zone this is supposed to be based in. But I'm just like, please don't let a black person walk out this room. And lo and behold, a black person walked out that room, and it was Patti LaBelle. And I was just like, oh Lord. And then I'm like, Patti, you supposed to be a maid. Why are your eyebrows arched and you got your lashes on and makeup did? I was like, why is the maid beat? But anyway, Patti just gave like a little small part. She didn't do too much this particular episode, so I hope to see more of her next over the course of the season. So next we have the scene where there's this little truck coming in from down the road, and it's this strong man and his wife. And his wife is Desiree, a.k.a. Angela Bassett, a.k.a. the three-titty bitch. And I was like, finally! I wanted to see how Miss Angela was going to serve us this season, because she was that evil witch doctor last season, and I got my life. But anyways, we're going to proceed forward. And, so the strong man comes into the tent with Elsa and basically tries to say, hey, can we join your act, this, that, and the fourth. And they start going into their past. Now, I was confused about this. I was a little thrown off. They showed Angela fucking some dude, and he was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this with a real woman. I can maybe have like a wife and a family and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, is he gay? Is he supposed to be gay, trying to get him some real pussy, and he thinks this is gonna magically, well, this is the 50s. But then again, they still feel like that in 2014, but that's a whole nother video. And I was confused because the guy came and then killed the boy, but did you not blame your wife for fucking him too? Like, I was confused as to why she was just mad at the boy, but whatever. And Angela says not only does she have 3 titties, she has 3 titties, a pussy, and a dick. And I was just like, well, good goddamn, bitch. Don't you have it all? And Elsa asked the dude, which is Mr. Strongman, her husband, so how does it make you feel that your wife has 3 tits and a dick, along with her vagina? He said, the happiest man on earth. I'm like, she be fucking you. She be fucking that man. You can't tell me otherwise either. So, oh gosh. Okay. This is the part of the episode that just made me just shake my head, because sometimes these people on this show, when it comes to the dealings with this damn clown, upset me so much because they're so stupid. I don't understand how they're just oblivious to this shit. This white lady, so the son says he wants to be a thespian and shit, and he storms out of the house. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't know if she was out looking for him or she just so happened to, you know, just be driving along or whatever. So she's driving along a country road, okay? Nothing but trees and bushes. And as she's driving along, you know, with her music and her little bandana around her head, she sees this clown walking down the side of the road. Now, mind you, this isn't no ordinary looking clown, okay? The clown is bloody, the clown is dusty, dirty. You can see that his face around this part has been removed. The skin has been removed. He has this janky killer smile, doesn't say anything, and yet you pull your car up next to him and ask him, do you do private parties for children? Then you invite him into your car. And what's worse, the worst part, you invited him into your house for your child, bitch. What the fuck? How did no alarms go off? Did nothing occur to you that this is dangerous? Doesn't he look dangerous? She deserved to get beaten over the head with them damn pins that he be knocking bitches out with. She need to be hit over the head with that shit just for being stupid. That made me so mad. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Anywho, while the son is away, he tries to join the goddamn circus and shit. He tries to go to Jimmy and be like, I want to have the circus. And Jimmy was like, yeah, he said he knows the entire global some shit. And I'm just like, the fuck? Jimmy was like, look, if you ain't got 2 dicks or something, then ain't shit I can do for you. And nothing we can do for you unless you have like 2 dicks, you have a vagina under there, you have a titty in the middle. Y'all, ooh, oh my God. This is so random and off topic. But y'all remember that weird ass show that used to come on Cartoon Network, The Oblongs? And there was that bitch who didn't have a lower jaw, but she had that one titty in the middle. I'm done. And then she have no hair, but she somehow managed to pull her hair into a ponytail. But that's neither here nor there. We venturing way off. But anyway, it just reminded me of that. And so when he pretty much says, when Jimmy tells him, no, we can't do shit for you. Go back to your mansion and the rest of your happy ass life. Shit. I would live to have hands like yours, and you trying to come here and be one of us. Get the fuck out of here. He goes crazy on the steering wheel talking about, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, banging his head on that shit. I'm like, that ain't gonna make it no better. Are you trying to give yourself, are you trying to take out one of your eyeballs to make you fit in more? Like, I don't get it. And so when he comes back to the house, she's like, the woman or his mother is like, I have a surprise for you. I got you your very own clown. You can do whatever you want with him. And I'm just like, so is he a clown? Is he that sounds like sex slave, but we won't go there. And I'm just like, still in the son, well, the son is kind of twisted. So he may not really, he may not be fazed by the clown's appearance. But as a mother, I'm just like, why is nothing going off in your head that this is a bad idea? I could talk about that for days. I just still don't understand how she could not see that as a bad idea to hire a strange clown that's bloody-faced into your home and you ask him, does he do stuff for children? Anyway, so turns out that the strong man that's, Angela Bassett's character, Desiree, turns out that's Jimmy's father, because they did a flashback of when Jimmy was a baby still with one of these, and he was about to kill Jimmy as a baby, but the bearded bitch came in with a gun, said, I never want to see you again, and probably left their ass. So that was like, oh shit. That's going to be interesting when that comes out. Uh, and next we come to rehearsals when they're trying to find a reason for the twins. They're trying to find something else for them to do other than just stand there and be looked at. So apparently somebody told them, oh, they told them that they could sing, and Bet, who is the one that leans like this, who's the nice one, tries to sing, and girl. GIRL ellipsis. What the fuck? It just was not hitting, bitch. It just wasn't hitting it right. You know when you hit it right, you weren't hitting it right, girl. And so they try to say, well, what about the other one? What about Dot? Dot's like, oh, you know, I don't know, this, that, and the four. And Jimmy, of course, you know, Jimmy gets her pussy wet. Well, their pussy wet, I guess. And she starts to sing it, and I was like, go ahead, bitch. Go ahead. That shit was nice. And Elsa was sitting over there just as salty as McDonald's fries, bitch. She was just mad. Okay, she was not happy. She was like, these hoes gonna steal my shit. I done tried to give these bitch. I done tried to give a damn performance on my life last week, and the only people that came up was that old snooty ass bitch and that even snootier ass, crazy ass son of hers. And then this bitch comes and can just blow me the fuck out the water. So she was not happy. You need to take Elsa. You need to take you and that blue ass eyeshadow that you keep trying to come with and go somewhere, because Dot is here to slay. Wait, no, is it Dot? Yes, yes, it's Dot. So the son and the clown are in his room, and he's trying to show him a puppet show or some shit. And, you know, they sitting there playing together, and he tries to ask him to come over to the little toy box to show him, help him entertain and all this shit. So the clown goes over to the toy box, and while he's, you know, looking through shit, he's, the son is looking through the clown's bag, and he sees something that shocks him. And then after he sees him, I guess, looking through the bag, the clown knocks him the fuck out and runs away. But apparently didn't knock him out that hard, because the dude got right the fuck back up. And then we go to this. This is the first part that made me upset. So Jimmy takes his crew of I guess, well, Elsa calls them monsters, so we'll just call them monsters, into, the diner. And is back with that lady, the girl that he was flirting with before. Now she's scared because now there's like the whole crew of them, and she's like, they want to be served. So they get in there and they're trying to serve their food, and everybody around them trying to look all uncomfortable and shit. And this one bitch, this one old, dusty, blue-haired bitch, gonna fix her mouth to say, excuse me, could you eat somewhere else? You're upsetting my daughter. I would have been like, no, fuck your daughter. You could put a paper bag over her head if it's upsetting her so much. Why are you telling me? Why do I have to eat? Why do I have to leave? If you have such a problem, it seems like you should leave. Hell, I'm fine. It just pissed me off, like, when people treat people differently and try to make them feel like they're trying to outcast people. I hate when people do that. That boils my blood faster than most things. When that kind of shit happens, and then the other dude tried to get up and leave. It's just like, I guess it's because we understand it, because as people being in the LGBT community, we go through some things like that when people, especially those who are like really androgynous and feminine, who walk into establishments in heels. Like, I've had that done. I was with a couple of friends of mine, and we were out in San Antonio, Texas. And we had left the club, and, you know, my friend was like real androgynous. He had on this dress, the heels, the makeup, the whole deal. and we went into, what was that? Was it an IHOP or Denny's? I think it was a Denny's. I can't remember. But we were in there, and there was these people smirking and laughing and looking at us, and I was just so pissed. Like, that just stuff it just makes me mad. Like, who the fuck are you? That's a whole other video, but that's the part that really just pissed me off. And so the strong man gonna say, what the fuck's going on in here? All this shit, and he brings Jimmy out, and they start fighting and beating him up, and I'm just like, you ain't shit, nigga. And he knows that's his son too. That's just it. He knows that's his son and still doesn't give a fuck. I'm just like, see, men like you make me sick. Men like you just make me sick. So let's talk about this one scene that made my fucking jaw fall to the floor. The clown comes back after he ran away from the son, and the son is following this dude. He comes back to his little place where he was holding the girl and the boy hostage. And the girl has managed to construct or get some kind of weapon that she's going to use to fight against this guy, right? So she just tells the boy, prepare to run, because I'm going to hit this dude over the head, and we're going to take off the fuck running. So the clown comes back, opens the gate, and just sits there with the girl and the boy. And I'm just like, oh, hell. And he brings out the little toy and, winds it up. And, of course, the boy gets a little excited and whatnot. And then he reaches into his bag and pulls out the head of the boy that he cut in the damn toy store. I was like, that's literally the face that I was making as I was looking at the screen. And then what made my jaw fall further to the floor, up into the motherfucking soil and shit, was that once the homegirl beat the dude over the head with the little wooden plank or whatever, this dude looked up, and that smile that he had was just like a piece of, I don't even know what it was, like a cap or something. That shit fell off. All of that was missing. It was just like a front row of teeth, and just all the rest of that was gone. It was just hanging. I was just like, ooh. It was horrible. He fixed that shit, put that shit back on. I was just like, oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. That's what I was really just like. It was the best. I love this show, y'all. Can't y'all tell? And this is a long-ass video, man. I haven't done, like, a long-ass video in quite some time. So, I hope y'all enjoy it. So they finally moved to when Dot has her first performance, and Dot is bringing in the motherfucking coin, okay? Because they started doing matinee shows because the officers saying they're doing a curfew because to try to help catch the killers and all this other shit. So they moved them to the matinee shows, and people are lining up to the front to hear Dot sing, and I was just like, yes, Dot, you best do that, bitch, yes. And while she's performing, we see Jimmy goes out, out the tent, and the guy, his dad, that he doesn't know about, asks him, like, where is he going? And he's just like, can't the guy go take a piss? And so, this is when Jimmy tried to take the opportunity because he wants the guy to go. He's not fucking with it. He ain't down with the shit. He tries to go into the man's trailer, didn't do it a sneaky way. He didn't try to wait until nightfall, or he didn't try to even hide the shit at all. He just walked right over to the shit and tried to pin the officer's badge that he kept onto his dad that he didn't know about. And then he gonna try to give an anonymous tip to the police so they can come and take him away. But the father, all he had to do was just follow him, look and see where he was going, and he peeped game. And after he peeped game, he planted the badge on one of the other little freaks named, what's his name? Meep. And they done took poor little Meep out into the car and took him to the jailhouse. I was, once again, pissed. Because they got all these big, burly-ass motherfuckers up in there, and they are just picking on this poor like this little dude, and they just about to fuck him up, and I was so upset because I hate to see people prey on something that's not gonna fight back. Like, that shit pisses me the fuck off. He was so small, he was so defenseless, and all these big ass dudes talking about, so this is the killer, and that, and then they gonna try to fuck him. And I didn't like to see that. That really did kind of upset me though, for real. And here goes, the sisters are sleeping. And Elsa comes in and wakes up Bet, the one that's like this, and is like basically trying to put in her ear that really she's the star, and you know, Dot wants everything that you have, and this, that, and the fourth. Basically trying to pin the sisters against each other. And I'm like, you old, why you, Elsa, you are just jealous and mad that there ain't nobody here for you and your supposed singing, girl. It's just not it for you, honey. Let it go. And she gonna give Bet a knife, trying to tell her don't let her get in the way. I was like, what the fuck sense does that make? If you're gonna try to kill her, you're killing yourself. And why would you even listen to her? That doesn't make any sense. You heard yourself, and then you heard her. I don't understand how anybody could try to make you believe like there's something different other than that. No, you know what this is. She's not jealous of you. Clearly, Elsa is the jealous one, and she's trying to pin y'all against each other. But I hope she doesn't. I hope she ignores that and comes to her senses. So the son is drinking because his friend Meep got carried away, and he thinks it's going to be a good idea if he just goes and confesses to the police so that, you know, Meep will be saved and whatnot. And right as he goes out, I don't know who that was in that truck, but they just threw something over in a plastic bag or a bag and just threw it at their doorstep and drove off. He opened that shit up, and it was Meep. He was beaten. He was dead. They just threw the dead body at them. He was dead. He was beaten to death, and who knows what else that was done to him. And I was just so fucking mad because Meep was like legitimately the most innocent looking thing, and they beat and battered this guy for nothing. He was literally innocent. He just got caught up in father-son drama, and it was just so fucked up. I was so upset to see that. It really did make me mad. As awesome of a job that the episode did to really give you some real shit, like, this show is fucking amazing, but it just really pissed me off to see something like that. Whew! Baby. But anyways, that was this episode, y'all. This is a long-ass video. I hope y'all enjoyed this shit. Oh gosh. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the videos. I thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and let me try to ask this question. Do y'all still want Scandal reviews? I've noticed that the views for the Scandal videos have declined, and I want to know if you guys still were interested in me reviewing that show. If not, we can stick with what we got. But just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.